What's going on? Your boy Velly back with another video to talk about this Perkins and KD situation, man. This change on Twitter. And I'm going to give y'all a little backstory on this. Some people know the backstory, some people don't. Kendrick Perkins was a teammate of KD and Westbrook. We all know. After he left the Celtics, he was a teammate for them. Right? This all started because he said that Westbrook was Mr. Thunder on the night that Westbrook returned to OKC to play them as a member of the Rockets. He said that Westbrook was the best player to ever put on a Thunder uniform and everything. KD didn't respond to that. That wasn't what he responded to. Somebody responded to him and said that, come on, you can't be serious or whatever, like he didn't believe him. He said, how? KD lost in the second round without Westbrook. Give y'all a little backstory. I feel like he's closer to Westbrook. And then when Westbrook was hurt about KD going to the Warriors, I think he was hurt as well because he was his teammate. And he felt like, oh, he took the easy way out or whatever. And he respect Westbrook more. And I think he was closer to him. So because of that, he was saying what he was saying about KD on Twitter. After that, KD responded to the second round stuff and said, yeah, I start in center, which was Perkins at the time. Averaged 2 points and 3 rebounds a game. Which is facts. Facts. He said, that's fine. And he said, you should have been working on your game like mine. He said, whatever. To KD, you put a weak move going to Golden State. They were a 7-3-9 team. Weakest move, superstar history. You're not a real champion. And he said he's not a real champion because, I guess because he played for the Celtics in 2008. And he felt like that team wasn't like the Warriors team, how it was built. But the GM just made it a super team. They constructed that team. So he feels like because the KD did that, he's not a champion and he don't respect him. And that's why he said what he said. And then KD said, what's weak is you playing starters minutes and you only putting up 2 points and 3 rebounds a game. Which I thought was pretty funny, and it was a fact. All right, so this is how I look at it, man. It's some kind of biasness because you're closer to Westbrook and you feel like you don't respect what he did. But let's not get it confused. KD was the MVP before Westbrook. He was the best player the Thunder ever had. Westbrook probably was the second best player the Thunder ever had. But at the same time, KD left because he felt like probably Westbrook was getting in his way. A lot of people heard that. A lot of people that I'm hearing sources say that he was going to locker rooms, talking to coaches and stuff like that, telling them to control him. Westbrook is wild when he plays, you know, the shots he take, the type of shots that he would take. Maybe they got on KD nerves. And what you also got to realize is that he played there for like 9 years. He gave all he had. He was an MVP, you know, all-star, all-NBA, scoring champ. He got accolades there. But before he went to the Warriors, a lot of people were saying he never led a team to a championship and won a championship that was missing for him to be first ballot Hall of Famer. He was already close there before the championships, but I guess he felt like he went there so they can win and the championships will seal that. He balled out, though. Perkins. It's not like he went there and he just rolled the Warriors' coattail. He won the MVP twice, back-to-back, averaging 35 points per game in the finals. And hitting clutch shots in the finals. So, you can't just do that. That doesn't make him weak. You got to realize, he could have went to any other team, but they begged him to go there. He couldn't have went to the Cavs. I'm sure LeBron would have wanted him, but he wasn't going to go to the Cavs because they wasn't going to have enough money to pay him. The organization is not ran well. They pay people a lot of money who are not worth it. You had some people on that team getting big money. Like Tristan Thompson, making big money for the Cavs, but he's not that good. But you know why he was doing that? Because of LeBron. So the organization was not ran that well. And I just don't think that they would have been able to pay KD the money that he was worth. and they begged him there. Harrison Barnes didn't play well in 2016 finals. Curry was hurt. Iguodala was a little bit injured. Draymond got suspended at the wrong time. So, all that factored into them losing. Cavs played good, but, that factored into them losing as well. So, he did what he felt like was best to cement his legacy by going there to a good team that just lost in the championship and overthrowing a guy he'd been trying to overthrow since he'd been in the league, which is LeBron. When he went to his first finals, and it was LeBron's third finals, they beat him. And Perkins, you got to look at this too, man. KD averaged 30 in that finals that they lost. So KD has a career average of 30 in the finals, period. You look at it. He averaged 30 in the finals against the Heat in that year, even though they lost. And he averaged 35 when he went to the Warriors. So KD was doing his thing. This is what I'm saying. We didn't mention how James Harden nutted up in that finals, and that's why they lost. James Harden was averaging almost 18 points a game, won sixth man that year, but in the finals, he didn't score that. So, because of that, it factored into them losing, and the Heat were ready. And it factored into them losing in the finals, right? And he still played for the Thunder. It's not like he left right after that and went to a good team and won a championship. He kept playing for the Thunder. He gave it all he had for 9 years, and he felt like they wasn't going to get him over the top. And then you got to also realize the organization wasn't a good organization. They traded away James Harden because of $4 million or something like that. They didn't want to pay him. And I feel like that was so stupid. I feel like they should have never did that. Maybe that would have helped them get over the top maybe in the next couple of years if it would have been those three together, because that was a dynamic trio. But you trade Harden, and it's like, all right, you go and you're contenders, but you don't win anything. And he wanted to get a championship on his resume. I don't think that makes him weak. I just think that because you're closer to Westbrook and you won your championship on the Celtics and you feel like that wasn't a super team like that, that you could say he's weak for what he did and everything like that, which I don't think is fair because they wanted him. He could have went anywhere else, but they wanted him. He felt like it was a good situation. And that also, I feel like Perkins, man, you're the wrong person to be talking about what KD should have done. He weak or nothing like that because KD ball no matter what team he on. We don't know what he's going to do in the Nets because he is coming off of Achilles injury, but we know that he's a baller. We know what he can do. So for you to disrespect him just to compliment Westbrook, I think it was unnecessary. I didn't think you had to disrespect KD while congratulating Westbrook. You could have just said, man, Westbrook was one of the best Thunder players I ever seen. He was one of the best put on the uniform. It could have ended like that, and I love Westbrook. Then you could have said that. But the shade KD, it just feels like it's some personal stuff going on between y'all two because of him going to the Warriors. You got to let that go, man. I'm with KD. He balled out regardless. And he made a better decision for him. He didn't stay on the Warriors because he felt like, he probably felt like he wasn't a complete fit towards the end, and the Draymond stuff kind of caused him to leave. But now you look at KD's resume, it's a great resume. Multiple times scoring champ, MVP, two-time MVP, two-time finals MVP, 2 rings, multiple time All-Star. That looks great. Now, so that's what he was looking at. I don't think he was looking at it like that. And now he just going to the Nets. I think he's going to try to add more to that legacy as well. I respect KD for that, because he could have went back to the Warriors. But I respect it because now he's looking at it like, I want to take on a new challenge. So I think Perkins was was out of pocket for still talking about the Warriors situation thing. He's on a different team, you know. Why? Why do that to compliment Westbrook? I just think it's weak. I think that's weak to me. You know what I mean? Because I guess because you're cool with Westbrook, but so what? Who are you to disrespect KD? One of the best players that ever played. You know? And people always act like the Warriors was the first team to just team up and do a super team. Let's not forget, LeBron started all this stuff, man. LeBron started this. So, you got to get that hate out your heart, man. You got to get your hate out your heart, man. KD did all he can do for OKC. He wanted to move on and do something different and to help his legacy. That's how he was looking at it, man. Y'all can't take away. He's going to be a Hall of Famer for sure. Y'all say he's not a real champion and stuff like that. I think that's like saying LeBron ain't a real champion. LeBron is. I don't take away LeBron wins. I don't take away his wins. So y'all shouldn't take away KD's. It's not fair. It's a double standard. Because y'all got to realize the Warriors lost the finals in 2016. It wasn't like they won 3 in a row or 2 in a row, then he joined them. They won 2015. A lot of people didn't even feel like they were going to win that if LeBron had a healthy team. And then on top of that, for them to go 73-9 because of everything, all the chatter, break the record and then lose. Come on now. You don't think that they were looking at it like we need something to take us over the top because Harrison Barnes didn't show up in that finals. That's how they was looking at it, and that's what happened. So, man, get off KD, man. You still mad about that? You ain't even in the NBA no more. You shouldn't even have no personal feelings about that. It just seemed like it's real personal to you. So, man, that's how I feel about it, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that, man. Who you think looks bad in this situation? Some people saying KD, which I don't think KD because how he look bad if he just responding to you talking trash about him. He don't talk about him. Or do you think it's Kendrick Perkins? To me, I think it was Kendrick Perkins because you didn't have to down KD, like I said, to praise Westbrook. So, y'all let me know what you think about that video. Like, comment, subscribe, give your opinion. And your boy out on this situation. That was my opinion.